Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel, Raja Gogasikotar 1719. Have you ever seen crystal clear water suddenly flowing out of rocks, deep forests, or mountains? Water so pure that people travel miles just to drink it. These are natural springs, mysterious openings where the earth itself begins to breathe water. But how do they form? Where does this water come from? And why do springs appear only at certain places? Today, we travel underground, through rocks, cracks, mountains, pressure zones and time itself, to uncover the hidden science of natural springs. 1. What exactly is a natural spring? Imagine standing in a quiet place, far away from cities and noise. Suddenly, from the heart of the earth, crystal clear water begins to flow. No pipe, no bore well, no machine, just the planet itself, releasing water like a living being exhaling. This wonder is called a natural spring. A natural spring is a place where underground water rises up on its own and reaches the surface. It may appear slowly, like a gentle stream, or burst out powerfully, like a fountain. For thousands of years, humans have believed springs to be 1. Sacred, 2. Healing, 3. Mysterious, 4. Life-giving. Some people drink from them for health, some worship them, some simply watch them in silence, amazed. But behind this beauty lies a fascinating truth. A natural spring is not magic. It is science working silently beneath our feet. Inside the earth, water travels through rocks, cracks, and hidden pathways. And at a special point, when the underground water level meets the surface, a spring is born. It is the Earth's natural doorway through which hidden water finally meets sunlight. Natural springs are not just water sources. They are stories of rain, rock, time, and the secret life of our planet unfolding drop by drop. 2. It all begins with rain. The story of every natural spring does not begin underground. It begins in the sky. Clouds travel for thousands of kilometers, carrying unseen oceans within them. Slowly, they grow heavy, darker, powerful. And then, one day, they can hold no more. The sky opens, and the first drop of rain falls. Some rain runs away into rivers, some vanishes back into the air. Some is drunk by trees and plants. But a very special part of this rain begins a secret journey. It gently sinks into the soil, drop by drop, silently, patiently. It passes through sand, mud, pebbles, and rocks. The earth begins to drink. This silent process is called infiltration, the moment when rain stops being rain and becomes groundwater. No human eye can see this journey. There is no sound, no movement on the surface. But beneath your feet, water is slowly traveling downward, searching for space inside the earth. It finds tiny gaps between grains of sand, between layers of rock inside deep cracks created millions of years ago. The earth is not solid everywhere. It is full of invisible pathways. And through these hidden paths, rainwater slowly moves deeper and deeper, sometimes for years, decades, even centuries. This is the beginning of the underground world of water. This is where natural springs are born, not at the surface, but in this secret underground journey. Rain that falls today may emerge as a spring hundreds of years later. So when you see a natural spring flowing, remember, you are not just looking at water. You are looking at ancient rain finally completing its long journey home. 3 underground reservoirs. The hidden aquifers. As the rainwater travels deeper into the earth, it reaches a world that most humans will never see. A world of rocks, pressure, darkness, and silence. Here, the Earth is layered like a giant book written over millions of years. Some layers are hard and tight. Others are full of tiny spaces, like invisible sponges. Water begins to gather inside these porous layers. These hidden underground water-storing layers are called aquifers. Aquifers are not giant open caves filled with lakes of water, as stories and movies sometimes show. Instead, they are layers of rock filled with millions of microscopic spaces, gaps between grains of sand, pebbles, and minerals. Every drop of water squeezes into these tiny spaces. Slowly, silently, the Earth becomes a vast underground reservoir. Some aquifers stretch beneath cities, some lie under deserts, some sleep beneath mountains and forests, and astonishingly, some of them hold water that fell as rain thousands of years ago. This water is ancient, older than kingdoms, older than human history itself. The aquifer doesn't just store water, it also moves it. Drop by drop, water flows through the rock, not like rivers on the surface, but like blood flowing through the veins of the planet. It follows gravity, it follows pressure, it follows cracks created by earthquakes, volcanic forces, and time. Slowly, the aquifer fills, and somewhere ahead in this hidden maze, water will finally find its way back to the surface. There, sunlight is waiting, air is waiting, life is waiting, and when the trapped water finally discovers an opening, a miracle will happen. A natural spring will be born. But how does this water actually escape to the surface? What pushes it upward? What tells it where to come out? The answer lies in the next part of the journey, where gravity, pressure, and geology come together to unlock Earth's hidden doors. 4. The secret path. Back to the surface. Water has now traveled deep underground. It has hidden itself inside rocks, cracks, and ancient layers of the Earth. But water does not wish to stay trapped forever. Like every traveler, it is searching for a way home. Deep below, powerful forces are at work. Gravity pulls it downward. Pressure pushes it forward. Rocks guide it through invisible tunnels. The underground world is not smooth or simple. It is full of bends, fractures, broken layers, and tilted stone beds created by earthquakes and time. Through these natural pathways, water slowly begins its journey back upward. There is an invisible line beneath our feet called the water table, the level below which the ground is completely filled with water. When the land surface cuts into this water table, something magical appears on the surface, a natural spring. Imagine the Earth as a tilted sponge filled with water. Where the sponge is cut or pressed, water flows out on its own. The same happens underground. Sometimes, water finds a crack in the rock, the side of a hill, a valley wall, the base of a mountain, and it finally escapes into daylight. No pump pulls it, no machine lifts it. It is simply the shape of the land, the pressure of trapped water, and the pathways inside rocks, working together in perfect harmony. As more and more water gathers and flows toward the opening, a drip becomes a trickle becomes a stream, and the stream becomes a spring, flowing endlessly. Some springs are gentle and quiet, whispering out of stones. Others burst with force, as if the earth itself is breathing out water. Every drop that rises carries with it a long story. A story of clouds, a story of rain, a story of darkness beneath the ground. a story of finding the way back to the sun. This is how trapped groundwater finds its path upward and appears before us as a natural spring. In the next chapter, we discover something even more fascinating. There is not just one kind of spring. There are many different types, each with its own unique story. 5 different types of natural springs. Not all springs are the same. Just like people, each spring has its own personality, its own story, its own birth secret. Springs may look similar on the surface, but deep underground, their journeys are completely different. Let's meet the different kinds of springs that nature creates. 1. Gravity springs. The simple wanderers. Some springs are born just because of gravity. Water stored in hills or mountains moves downward, searching for a lower path. When it finds an opening in the side of a slope or valley, it quietly flows out. These are gentle, peaceful springs, born simply because water always chooses the lower path. 2. Artesian springs. Water under pressure. Some water is trapped between 2 hard rock layers, like a prisoner between stone walls. More and more water keeps entering this space from distant higher land. Pressure builds. The water is squeezed. It wants to escape. And the moment it finds even the tiniest crack, it rushes out with force, sometimes even shooting upward. These are called artesian springs, nature's own self-pumping fountains, created without machines. 3. Contact springs, where hard meets soft. The earth is made of different rocks, some hard like armor, others soft like wet clay. When water flowing through soft rock suddenly meets a hard, unbreakable layer, it can no longer go down, so it turns sideways and exits at the surface. This gives birth to contact springs born where 2 different worlds of rock meet. 4. Fracture springs through the cracks of the planet. The Earth's crust is full of fractures, faults, deep invisible cuts, created by ancient earthquakes and powerful tectonic forces. Water slips into these cracks and travels through them like a secret underground highway. Where the fracture reaches the surface, a fracture spring appears. These springs are direct messages from the deep earth water rising through the scars of the planet. 5 hot springs fire beneath the water. Some springs are warm, some are boiling hot. Some send clouds of steam into the air. Why? Because they are heated by the fire of the earth itself. Deep below the ground lies intense heat from magma chambers, geothermal energy, volcanic regions. Water flowing near these hot rocks gets heated and rushes up again to the surface. These are hot springs, natural baths, and healing pools that humans have used for thousands of years. They remind us that beneath our cool planet's surface, the heart of fire still beats. Every spring has a different journey, but all springs share one truth. They are gateways between the seen world and the hidden underground world of water. We go deeper into one of nature's greatest wonders. Why are some springs amazingly pure, refreshing, and crystal clear? 6. Why are some springs hot? The fire beneath our feet. Most springs give cool, refreshing water, but in some places, water flows out warm, hot, even boiling. Steam rises. The ground trembles softly. The water smells of minerals and ancient earth. These are hot springs, proof that our planet is not cold and dead inside, but alive with heat and energy. Deep beneath your feet, the earth has layers of solid crust, a hot mantle, and a burning molten core. In some regions, magma lies closer to the surface. Volcanoes may be sleeping nearby, or tectonic plates may be rubbing and tearing against one another. When groundwater travels deep down through cracks and fractures, it comes dangerously close to these hot rocks. There, something magical happens. The water heats up. It expands. Its pressure builds. And like a heated balloon trying to rise, the hot water begins its journey upward once again. By the time it reaches the surface, it bursts out as warm springs, boiling pools, geysers that shoot water into the sky. This is not ordinary heat. This is geothermal energy, the ancient heat left from the birth of our planet. For thousands of years, humans have gathered around hot springs to heal their bodies, to relax their minds, to feel closer to the heart of the earth. Some cultures believed they were doors to the underworld. Others thought gods lived beneath them. But behind all the mystery lies beautiful science, hot rocks, deep groundwater pressure pushing upward. Together, create one of nature's greatest wonders, hot springs. Yet, not all hot springs are safe. Some contain gases and minerals that can burn the skin or harm the body. Nature is beautiful, but it also demands respect. Hot springs whisper a simple truth beneath quiet mountains, beneath calm valleys, beneath the ground you walk on every day. The earth is still burning inside. 7. Why is spring water so pure and refreshing? Have you ever tasted water from a natural spring? Cool, fresh, almost sweet, as if the earth herself filtered it with love. Why does spring water feel so different from ordinary water? The answer lies in its long underground journey. When rain first falls to the ground, it is not perfectly pure. It carries dust, dirt, and tiny particles from the air and land. But as it slowly seeps downward, the earth becomes its natural purifier. Layer by layer, the water passes through 1 soil, 2 sand, 3 pebbles, 4 gravel, 5 porous rocks. Each layer acts like a filter. Dirt is trapped, germs are reduced, impurities are removed. Nothing happens quickly underground. There is no rush. Water moves slowly, patiently, sometimes over decades and centuries. And during this long journey, something beautiful happens. Water picks up minerals from the rocks it touches. 1. Calcium. 2. Magnesium. 3. Potassium. 4. Bicarbonates. These minerals give spring water its unique taste and health value. It is as if nature prepares every drop carefully before allowing it to rise again as a spring. But here is an important truth. Not every spring is safe to drink. Some springs may pass through rocks that contain harmful substances or through areas polluted by human activity. So while many springs are pure, some must be tested before drinking. Still, the idea remains magical. The water you hold in your hands today may have once been ancient rain, purified by the earth itself, enriched with minerals, and released as a gift. Spring water is not just liquid. It is time, pressure, rock, and patience in fluid form. Every drop is a traveler who has completed a long, hidden pilgrimage beneath our feet and has finally returned to the world of light. 8 springs in the mountains. Water born from the heights. High in the mountains, where clouds kiss the peaks and the air is thin and silent, something extraordinary happens. Here, nature writes one of its most beautiful stories, the birth of mountain springs. Mountains receive more than just admiration. They receive snow, mist, rain, and storms. Snow rests quietly on their peaks for months, sometimes years. Then one day, the sun warms it gently. The snow melts, and the first drops begin their hidden journey. Rainwater and melted snow slowly sink into the cracks of mountain rocks. They disappear without a sound, slipping into secret passages carved over millions of years. Deep inside the mountain, water gathers, filling empty spaces, soaking into porous stone, slowly forming underground reservoirs. But mountains are not flat. They are tilted, folded, broken by ancient forces of the earth. And at the sides of these mighty giants, on their slopes, valleys, cliffs, and foothills, water finds its way out. A drop becomes a trickle. A trickle becomes a flowing ribbon of life. This is the mountain spring. People living in high villages depend on these springs for 1. Drinking water. 2. Farming. 3. Animals. 4. Daily life. For them, springs are not science, they are life itself. Many cultures consider mountain springs sacred. They are seen as blessings flowing directly from the heart of the peaks. And truly, in a way, they are. Because mountain springs are born of snow from the sky, rain from the clouds, rocks of the earth, and time itself. Flowing down from great heights, spring water brings freshness to forests, feeds rivers and waterfalls, and finally joins the oceans far below. So when you see a tiny spring on a mountain trail, remember, it is not small. It is the starting line of rivers, the heartbeat of forests, and the lifeline of countless living beings. In the next chapter, we explore a serious question. Can these springs disappear? And what happens if they do? 9. When springs disappear, a warning from nature. Not every spring flows forever. Somewhere once, a spring laughed and danced through rocks. Today, only dry stones remain. The question is painful. Why do natural springs disappear? The answer tells a serious story, not about nature failing us, but about humans forgetting nature. Springs are born from rain, snow, forests, and healthy underground aquifers. But today, many of these lifelines are under threat. 1. Deforestation. When the earth loses its green cover, trees are guardians of water. Their roots hold soil, slow down rain, and help water seep underground. When forests are cut, rainwater runs away quickly. Less water enters the ground, aquifers dry up, and one day, the spring that flowed for centuries simply stops. 2. Urbanization and concrete. Cities spread. Concrete covers soil. Rainwater can no longer enter the earth. The underground water table falls lower and lower. And like a lamp losing oil, springs fade away. 3. Overpumping of groundwater. We dig deeper wells, more pumps, more extraction. We take out water faster than nature can refill it. Aquifers empty, pressure drops, the natural path of springs breaks. 4. Pollution and waste. Chemicals, plastics, sewage, industrial waste. They poison soil and water. Even if a spring still flows, its water is no longer pure. The gift of nature turns into a danger. 5. Climate change. Rainfall patterns change. Snow melts at the wrong time. Long droughts arrive without warning. The delicate balance that feeds springs is disturbed. When a spring disappears, more than water is lost. Birds lose drinking spots. Animals lose lifelines. Farmers lose crops. Villages lose hope. And rivers that once began from springs shrink into memories. But the story does not have to end in sadness, because the same hands that cause damage can also heal. By protecting forests, harvesting rainwater, reducing pollution, and using groundwater wisely, springs can return. Dry rocks can flow again. The earth can forgive if we care in time. Springs are not just natural features. They are voices of the planet. And when they disappear, the earth is not silent. It is calling us, warning us, asking us to listen. 10 springs and our future. A promise we must keep. The story of natural springs is not only about geology, rain, or mountains. It is about our future. Every spring that flows today is a reminder of a simple truth. Water is life. Without it, nothing grows, nothing breathes, nothing survives. Natural springs feed rivers and lakes, forests and wildlife, villages, towns, and cities. They connect clouds in the sky to oceans far away through hidden underground veins beneath our feet. But their future now depends on us. If we choose carelessness, forests will fall, groundwater will sink, springs will vanish, and life will become a struggle. If we choose wisdom, the earth will respond with abundance. The choice is ours. We can protect forests, recharge groundwater, harvest rainwater, reduce pollution, respect mountains, rivers, and land. Even small actions matter. Planting a tree, saving water at home, stopping waste from entering soil and rivers, teaching children that nature is not a resource, it is family. Natural springs are more than flowing water. They are the heartbeat of the planet, the memory of ancient rains, and the promise of tomorrow. One day, when a child bends down beside a crystal clear spring and cups water in their hands, what story will that spring tell? A story of loss and neglect, or a story of care, protection, and love for our planet? The answer will be written by what we choose to do today. Because springs do not belong to us alone. They belong to the forests yet to grow, the rivers yet to be born, the generations yet to come. And so this documentary ends with a gentle reminder: protect the springs, protect the water, protect the earth. Because when water flows, life flows. So friends, this was today's amazing information. Hope you liked this video and learned something new. If you found the video interesting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you again in the next video with another new and surprising thing. Until then, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay tuned to learn. Jai Goga Sikotar Ma.